Yo, what's good? What's good, my champions of gaming? And everything that is Sonic of Hedgehoggington. What is up? Yo, what's good, Diaz, Hyper Ultimate Shadow, Jelly, all the usuals. Usually the word people use is regulars. But we do things differently around here, I suppose. I think today is going to be a bit of a shorter day, because I do have an appointment. But I really felt like streaming. Been on a good 3-day streak so far. Good news. I ordered a new capture card, which means that I can play, like, Switch games on stream. I already had a capture card. I have the original Elgato HD, whatever. But the issue with that one is that it has some delay, and it also doesn't support 60 FPS, and I personally really want 60 FPS when I stream console games, just in general, if I'm doing footage or streaming. W, music choice, thank you. I think we just played some of the Undertale 10th anniversary true combo into Mario Wonder, Fangle and the Jangle, but yeah, same drops as yesterday there, Jelly. I actually last night just got my Master System buddy, which we should see in game. But yeah, I figured I'd hop on and do my dailies. I don't know how much Superstars we're doing. I think I mainly just want to get enough medals so that I can make Medal Tails. I'm not sure if we'll finish the game today or not. Depends on how much time I have. I'd like to do at least an hour of Rumble, at least an hour of Superstars if I can manage it, but I do have somewhere to be. But yeah, how are you guys doing today? It's actually quite nice. It's a good Friday. It's nice and windy out, green and sunny. Usually here, up in here in Canada, it's either really cold and murky, or it's extremely hot, because none of us have air conditioning like naturally in our house. We have to go and get a different AC unit for that if we want, which can be expensive. You're working on it, yeah. Good thing about Twitch drops is that I believe they work for everybody that streams the game. It's not just creators that are like in the creator program. That being said, what's good, everybody? I guess I should move this to my second monitor. Oh, whoops. I had the game audio playing. My bad. Immersion ruined. Not thou. It's hot down here in Florida? Yeah. Yeah, Canadian heat is, like, probably not that bad comparatively to any American heat. But again, the issue with Canadian heat is kind of just the fact that, like, we aren't built for this. We don't have built-in AC, and we spend most of our time in, like, negative 40 weather. Celsius, I should say. Yo, what's up, Trey? Been a bit. Yo, what's up, Colin Bandicoot? Yeah, there's a Crossroads player that I used to see all the time named Colin. I don't know why that reminded me of it. Okay, Shabig HQ at 5, right under Eggman Empire. That's not too bad. Hopefully we can clutch up. By the way, if you guys do want to join my crew, it is called Shabig HQ. It's open to anybody. We're not picky. Been a busy week. Yeah, no, I agree. Especially when it comes to like a live service, like daily game, like Rumble. It's really hard to get all the unlocks if you're busy. But speaking of Twitch drops, guys, if you watch for 2 hours on Twitch, you get this Master System buddy. You also get 100 red star rings for free. And this is just for the general community challenges that are out right now. You should be getting, like, was that 30? You should be getting 50 of these right now, with more on the way, I'm sure. I have 233 red rings right now. Not bad. Listening to the background while I work on some projects. Can you divulge what projects? I'm curious. If you can't, that's chill, of course. Yo, what's up, Golden? I love the Amy Callie emotes on my chat. It's really fun seeing the overlap between people who like watching Rumble. I didn't do all my Hyper Boost battle stuff, so I didn't get the 15 Golden Knuckles. I hope that comes back, and I'm able to do that. I don't know, I just didn't have the time to do it is the issue. But I'm definitely going to be able to get that through the co-op missions. I actually did not know those were happening. Probably won't be able to do that on stream today, though. A video. Ooh, I see. I didn't know you uploaded videos, actually. I really wish that YouTube allowed me to click people's profiles and view their channels in live streams. They don't let me do that for some reason, like they do on Twitch, which really sucks, because I do, when I talk to people on streams, I enjoy seeing what they do as well. Yeah, I guess we'll just run some ring survivals. I don't know if anybody wants to play today, but, you know, maybe after this round we can do that up. They used to allow that, but they got rid of it. You know, I kind of see why they did that, though, because, I mean, YouTube is used, on average, by, like, younger people. So I guess maybe it's just for safety and whatnot. You can chat now on YouTube? What do you mean you can chat now? What, like DMs? I believe that used to be a thing, like, a long time ago. Probably join after this round? Okay. Sounds good, Ray. I think I still have you added. You might be in the crew as well. Dun, 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 dun. It's really interesting trying to figure out which time is good to stream. Usually I just stream when I feel like it. It was pretty popping last night because I guess I streamed at a time where people were getting off work and school. But it's also just weirdly active right now at like noon. I used to stream at like noon a lot. I don't know, I usually alternate between the evening and noon. How are you guys so much faster than me right now? I need to max that out so I can jump cancel it. It is so damning to just be stuck there for such a long period of time. I got some extra rings off that, that's pretty nice. Really? There's DMs on YouTube now. Interesting. I swear to God that used to be a feature like a really long time ago. There you go. I saved you, pal. I love you. I love you, King Ghidorah. Don't say I don't ever do anything for you, okay? I like this game a lot on mobile, but it runs so badly. Oh god. You freak. I have an iPad 11, and it still runs like Sonic Frontiers on the Switch. You know, I will say, I played this game early on mobile. I played it on my Android phone. I don't even know what I have, to be honest with you. Samsung I actually... No, I have a Google Note. I have a Google Note. Google Note 2 or something? I don't know. Game ran okay, but I don't know. It felt like 24 FPS most of the time. I just can't trust mobile gaming, I think. Like, at all. I don't know. People that play exclusively on mobile are very brave souls, I fear. What's up, Percival? Percival is definitely my favorite of the Black Knight designs. Dude, I just love the little grates on her face there. You are a rude individual. Get out of here. I am supreme. I am the victor. I'm in the crew, but I don't have enough energy to play right now. That's totally fair, Jilly. I really don't stress about the crew requirements or like the Battle of the Crews or anything. If anything, I just really like when people are in the crew at all so that I can get free skills. So that I can jump cancel my charge blast. Yeah, what's up, Dreadpop? And of course, Sonic the Spy Hog. I already responded to your message, but I might as well say hi as well. Look, I'll give you the link, because you need the link to chat with people. Oh, I will not be clicking a link, but I appreciate the thought. Here, let's click this link so we can DM, bro. That doesn't sound fishy at all. Wow, the YouTube really chose the weirdest, most sus way to do chats, I guess? I don't know. I haven't heard about this feature. I usually would get most of my information on, like, Twitter or something, but Twitter's too toxic to use anymore, so... Dude, I love the Knuckles drill skill. He needed a movement skill for so long, and I'm glad that they chose a move that I particularly enjoy. I really love that move in Frontiers. Like, the fact that you have to charge it up before it hits as well, it feels so nice. Because, like, you can charge it while you're in the middle of, like, jab comboing and juggling an enemy in the sky. I didn't even hit that bomb. It sucks so much that it can hit you, even though you're not the one that activated it. Oh, that juicy chain with the big ones. Let's go. And I'm a brave soul. all the exclusive mobile gamers I know are middle-aged co-workers. I mean, to be fair, I do know some people that, you know, aren't as fortunate and can't afford consoles, like even just like a Switch Lite or something, so they play on mobile, or they play on like a low-tier laptop, which is actually something I really like about, like Steam, is that you can get most games on Steam without having to buy a console, and you can like change the, you know, graphic settings on PC games so that they run better. And the cool thing about Sonic is that a lot of Sonic games are like really low spec, so like you can run Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 and you don't have to wait for a port, and again, it's low spec, so you'll have a decent time running it. Alongside that, there's also like Sonic Mania and Sonic Origins, and then of course Sonic Rumble being a mobile game. I bet you Sonic Rumble on average probably runs better on like a weaker PC compared to a phone, but I'm not too sure, because I feel like phones nowadays are like actually pretty good. My roommate actually said that the performance for Rumble was better on their iPhone than on an actual, you know, on their laptop, which they have literally used to play like 400 hours of Cross Worlds and whatnot. So, I mean, I don't know. Apple just kind of, I don't know. Apple's good spec, and it's obviously a very specifically made operating system in addition to that, too. You know? Speaking of which, I feel like there's just... we talked about this yesterday, but I feel like there's so much effort put into Dream Team for Dream Team to stay on Apple. Like, yes, I know that contract and everything, but, like, it just isn't giving, like, permanent exclusive. Like, that's not how I feel about that, like, in the slightest. Hopefully we get some more active players in these lobbies. I don't want this to be too easy this session. I'm saving up for a mini PC. Most consoles are expensive for me. Yeah, see, that's why I really liked the Steam Deck before the price hike, because the Steam Deck was cheaper than most consoles if you got the minimal build, and it was also cheaper than most gaming PCs that were of similar specs, or like, I guess I should say gaming laptops specifically, and I was really excited for that. It was really exciting for me at the time. I think I might have to edge you through the crew there, Ray. But yeah, because like, at one point you could get it for like 300 USD or something. It was actually decently cheap. Wait, I gotta look for your name. Oh, you're at the very top. That's convenient. I don't know your username, Mohammed. I played Dream Team. The only issue is Apple. Yeah, because like Apple, like I said last stream too. It's like your like it's built to be a console game essentially. It has perfect controller support. It plays like a real platformer. The physics aren't watered down too much to work on mobile. Like it's pretty decent. Look at that Steam Sonic. That's cute. Maybe I should wear a more festive skin. I don't have the festival knuckles, but maybe I should try something. Wow, there's so much chat here today. Let me read some stuff. I feel very energized today for some reason. I do too, Aroni. And you know what the weird part is? I didn't sleep very much the night prior. Usually I wake up after only a few hours and I feel like decently rested up. I guess let's do our claw machines. Is 330? I hopefully it's the right kind of specs that you need for the games you want to play. What kind of games are you even trying to play on PC there, Jelly? We need one more for the lobby. Does anybody want to hop in that's in the crew or has me added? Mateo, I got you, Diaz. Yeah, I got you. Sonic Heroes! I watched Callie play Sonic Heroes not too long ago. You know, the thing is, I actually really like Sonic Heroes gameplay and its gimmicks. The only real issue that I have with it is kind of just the fact that it expects you to replay the game over and over and over to achieve the true ending, and I just think the repetition of that is not very fun. Ooh, you know what? maybe Mateo can hop on Amy or something, and then we can have the full Team Sonic. I actually think Treasure Hunter Knuckles looks really nice next to Birthday Sonic. My Wi-Fi is cooked, so my messages will be delayed and shit, so I'm gonna alert. 15 stream streak! Have I even streamed 15 times this year? That's actually kind of impressive, Lucy. Thank you. Appreciate that. I gotta do an emote overhaul soon. I keep talking about it. Just haven't reached out. Well, I have reached out, but I haven't found somebody that has been able to do it just yet. Battle in progress. You removed me? Did I? What are you talking about? Oh, if I removed you from my friends list, I just do that because, you know, small friends list. Nothing personnel. Can we do some challenge? I want to do my dailies. That's what I want to do. Maybe if there's time. Because this is going to be a bit of a shorter stream today. Yay, we got Amy. This is going to be a bit of a shorter stream today because I do have an appointment to go to. Rumble, Minecraft Dungeons, Spirit City. I don't know what Spirit City is. Interesting that you specifically chose dungeons. Do you like those kinds of games? Like, I guess Diablo is the closest thing that I know to that genre. I could only play on my iPhone with a crappy peripheral controller. I was able to use my DualShock 4 via Bluetooth. I don't actually have an Apple device. I borrowed my roommate's iPhone, and I recorded a video when the Shadow update dropped. That's how I played it. I, like, played the day before so that I would, like, have enough on my save file to be able to do it. And then I recorded a video for the Year of Shadow update, because I really wanted to cover it. I thought it was so cool that they were adding a fully fledged platforming character in a free update, which is kind of what they did for Frontiers as well. Isn't it insane how Frontiers actually gave so much for free? 3 playable characters, brand new story that gives us an alternate better ending. You know, the works, really. Well, at least they put me near the good one. This is the Sonic Frontiers party? Hell yeah, you know it. Sick homing attack, bro, but unfortunately I have dive kick. Lo-Fi Sessions is a game I relax to. It's a background game. Oh, it's an idle game. That actually sounds kind of neat. Here's the thing. I don't really like clicker games. I played like 60 hours of Cookie Clicker. Thought the game was alright. It's a cute game. It's definitely cute. But I think... mean and rude. But I definitely think that the... I can't even focus. These guys are being mean. I definitely think that the type of game that I do like are those more relaxing ones that you kind of just put on for productivity's sake. I think those ones are really cool as a concept. Anything that's also like a desktop pet kind of game is really cool to me. Like having a little desktop buddy that you can interact with occasionally. Those are awesome. Coco from Sonic Frontiers and Party Sonic from Sonic Frontiers. Yeah. Last stream was like a stream dedicated to this event, and I was like, isn't that one just the skin directly from Sonic Frontiers? I know the King Sonic is more so a reference to the Sonic Channel artwork for his birthday, which is pretty cool. Year 2 Sonic Racing Cross Worlds? More Sonic characters. I don't mind if it is IDW characters or not. I just want more, you know? Like, give me Emerald, give me Vanilla. I don't really mind. Just give me more Sonic characters, because when Tangle and Whisper dropped, I'm making a video about this still. I'm still editing it. When they dropped, dude, I legit put in like 40 hours additional in 1 week, just because I was hyped to see new Sonic characters get animated and, you know, playable side by side the rest of the usual cast. Thought that was so cool. And on top of that, I want more tracks. I don't just want tracks from the crossover paid DLC. I want, like, more Sonic tracks. and I was really happy with the whatever it's called, the Godzilla Cityscape one, because that one is cool for Sonic fans and Godzilla fans. It's a mishmash of both things, because that's what a crossover should be. I don't think it should be too one-sided, you know, so it gives something for both of us to enjoy, which is really neat. Where be Marine? Oh yeah, Marine's not in this game, is she? She's in Sonic Forces Mobile. She got added pretty recently, so maybe in Season 7, honestly. She probably wouldn't be that far out, considering how Sega releases this kind of stuff. What's up, Speedy Seb? I've seen you in Cali stream. I want to see Archie Comics characters return like Sally or Bunny. Yeah, I mean, Archie's my favorite in the whole franchise. It's my favorite thing in the whole franchise. It's probably the reason that I'm so obsessed with the characters, because they offered proper character arcs and narratives for me back then. But yeah, I think what Archie, I mean, it would just be Sally. I think probably post-reboot Sally would be the one that I want the most. But yeah, she's not exactly an Archie character, obviously, but I love Honey because of her depiction in Archie, and I really want to see her return. I think she would be a very cute fit for this game. And in Archie, she had like a fashion, like she had she was like a fashion designer. She had a clothing brand, and I think that would work really well for one of her skins. You know, something along the lines of that. Like her own homegrown brand costume or something. It'd be kind of neat. It's really deceptive how the blue ones give you more points than the gold ones. I'm not going to NGL with you. Sayonara, Shadow the Hedgehog. Me when the year of freaking Shadow freaking ends. Okay, I need to lock in. I'm not hitting these properly. Oh, poor choice. Why? Dude, I was spamming the input. Oh my god, that was annoying. I was spamming the homing attack after I got hit, and it just didn't come out. That's so irritating. Am I gonna lose now? I'm already in third. This is ridiculous, man. Ugh. Thank you. May have to lock in a little bit here, guys, but I really appreciate how much chat is happening today. You guys really just randomly came through here today. It feels good. I see a lot of different faces, which is really cool. Let's see here. Mighty and Ray when? I do think Mighty and Ray are contenders for, like, my most wanted characters in Cross Worlds. Definitely in Rumble. They would absolutely fit the art style well in Rumble, being more, like, classic cartoony, so that they can work with, like, the chibi toy aesthetic. But I do think that Mighty and Ray are always my biggest hopes to return in games, both classic and modern. I was kind of blown away when they came back in Mania, I won't lie, and it was really fitting seeing Tyson Hess draw them again for the animation intro, considering that he did their redesigns in Archie in the post-reboot era. I won't lie, I'm not really into Archie. It did some cool things throughout its lifetime. I think a lot of people aren't familiar with Archie, and on the surface it seems scary and weird, but if you actually just read the Ian Flynn stuff and the reboot stuff, it's basically just IDW but darker, you know? It's IDW but darker, and they're allowed to be more creative with their original creations and stuff. IMO. Like, the Egg Boss arc is really cool. Mighty versus the Werehog is a very clever thing, because they're both very powerful, and they struggle to keep that power in check. And, you know, the Werehog depiction of Archie, it's very different than the game depiction of Werehog. But I think it's just a cool exploration, you know? In the games, it's more like he can't be corrupted, but in Archie, it's more like he's struggling to keep the corruption in check, because Archie Sonic has a little bit more of an ego, and he's a little bit more flawed, which I think is very interesting. I pitched this idea on Callie's stream, but a celebration of comics would be good, and Rumble like Season 8 can be a comic season to celebrate IDW and Archie. So, a lot of people, they like to say, like, oh, Archie's dead, bro. Archie's dead. Archie's not coming back. But it's funny, because in Sonic Blitz, they literally reference, or, like, there's data in the game for Sally, and I think Antoine and Bunny as well. And there's, like, even, like, deep lore explanations on the cards as well. And, and they have some really deep picks there, even like Dr. Fukurikov. I need a Ray skin. Didn't they release like a decent cheap Tails skin recently? Can we get it ready up there, Ray? I'm trying to get my dailies going here. Grape Chow Time, what's that? It is a skill. It is basically the same as Ring Magnet, except instead it is a Knuckles-specific skill where he gets this awesome animation. The issue, of course, though, with these character-specific skills is that they used to be... they actually used to be character-specific emotes, but they were repurposed to become abilities in an early version of the pre-release version of the game. And the thing about it is that the animations are great and they're really cute and it offers personalization to the characters, but for something like Grape Chow Time, unfortunately there's too much animation and you just don't really even see it because you're going to jump cancel that ability as much as you can. Man, where's the ready up? I'm trying to play video game. I got like not very much time today. Got like 2 hours. Come on, let's get some ready ups here. Come on. There we go. Would you want Archie characters back? Absolutely. Here's my thing. I love Archie, but I don't necessarily believe that I don't really believe that it should be worked back into the canon. I don't think they should try to find an explanation to put them back in the canon. I think it's completely fine if they're not in canon, but it would be cool if they could show up in spin-offs like Rumble or Crossworlds, because both games have a perfectly fine explanation. In Rumble, it would be, they're a toy. In Crossworlds, it's, they're from a different dimension. And it can be as simple as that. Scourge would be a really cool character to return as well, to answer that earlier question. But of course, there are reasons why that doesn't really work. I got the Genesis buddy. Well, there's the Master System buddy. There is a Genesis buddy, which I think Ray actually has. But, that was from a previous event. Knuckles loves grapes. It's like one of the 3 foods that's actually edible and not poisonous on his island. See them in other games? Well, yeah, and I mean, that's just mainly because I think you and I probably don't like card games. But you gotta understand, though, it shouldn't be undermined just because it's in a mobile card game. IMO. It shouldn't be undermined. Because Archie went from having absolutely nothing for like the past decade, and people saying like, oh, it's dead and it's never coming back, to suddenly being in a game. Archie was never in a game previously. The closest things that I can think of, well, okay, it's not exactly true. They showed comic books, pages, and covers, and like the Sonic Gems collection, but I mean, that's not really what I mean. It's not really like a character appearance or anything. There was also, I don't know, like, there's Sally and Mean Bean, but that's... no, it wasn't Mean Bean. It was, Spinball, I think? I don't know, but that's, like, more of a Sad AM thing than an Archie thing. There was... Give me Sleuth, Doggy Dog, or give me Death. That would go well next to the Werebear and Weredragon. Like... There wasn't really much for actual Archie character appearances at all. Like, there just wasn't. There was nothing really. Which is fine. I'm not bitter about that. It makes sense why there's not. But, I mean, it would just be cool. I don't know. It's a big part of Sonic's history, and a lot of people don't have a good perception of it because they're unfamiliar with it. Like, to be honest with you. Some of the really old stuff is weird, and it is low quality, and it is not that interesting in the grand scheme of the franchise. But it's like they'd say the whole thing is bad because of cherry-picked, offhanded panels, basically. Instead of any of the numerous really interesting character utilizations and character interactions and stories and whatnot, you know. I guess the only other thing I could think of for, like, Archie recognition in the mainstream is that Ian Flynn did do a promotional comic for Secret Rings that was sold on a CD, well, like I said, DVD, and it was like a motion comic that was sold alongside a pre-order of Secret Rings that gave, like, a side story where Sonic talks to Shara. And, of course, in true Ian Flynn fashion, he references many things from Sonic's world, where he's like, oh, I've met all kinds of people, and then he brings up, like, Fang and Jet and stuff in Secret Rings, which is actually a pretty cool idea. I don't know. I just like that they're not forgotten about. That's why I like the character referencing. Because the Sonic franchise does a lot of forgetting about the characters they invented. But yeah, I will... sorry about any missed messages here. I am trying to be the grand champion. First place. I gotta get that crown back. Boom, 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 boom. I don't know how I missed that. That's weird. How are you already 2k ahead? Okay, well I guess this is GG's. W stream snipe. Yeah, this is unwinnable, I think. Actually not the person I wanted to hit. Oh well. Marvel Snap, but like you said, Rumble and Crossworlds, IMO, and hopefully keyword is hopefully get them in canon, but rework a lot of stuff. See, I don't want that. I don't want them to rework the existing lore to work in canon. I think it's completely fine if they exist in their own reality. That's actually what I prefer. I don't want them to change the characters that I knew. To be honest with you. That's just my own preference, though. Finale just sucks in general. I actually like it. I don't have an issue with that finale. But, I do notice people like using attack skills in that finale. And it's really powerful in that one in particular because there's like the clusters of the but GG's, by the way. And there's like the clusters where you're hitting both of the boxes, and it's really easy for people to just, like, you know, hit a cluster of people in there. If Knuckles had his own year, what it would be? The tough year of Knuckles? Rougher the rest of them? How come you had to add Bara at the end there? Oh my god, this is literally Sonic Forces. We got Modern and Classic alongside Infinite. I just don't want them to touch what was already established in Archie and, like, retcon things, but I wouldn't actively, like, make an issue out of it either. I wouldn't really care, but I just don't think that it would be a good move to try and fit all of the Archie characters into mainline, because it's like a whole can of worms. You know, the beauty about the IDW characters getting into the games is that they were kind of made with the games in mind. There was always a plan to, like, naturally integrate them in there. So I think that's, like, why it works a bit more for me. Whereas with Archie, the idea was more so they were always there, and it's like a separate universe, obviously, for the American continuity, because that's how it worked back then. And again, that's also why I want Archie to be acknowledged again, because, dude, people think that the Freedom Fighters stopped existing when the cartoon stopped. No, they stopped existing in 2017 when Forces came out. Like, just slightly before Forces. You know, like... They existed and had a ton of content for a very long time. W karaoke. But yeah, the sleuth doggy dog mention is kind of taking me out a little bit, I won't lie. Oh, I knew it would be the one on the right. That's rough, buddy. Boom, 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 boom. Metal Knuckles looks sick in this game. He really does, yeah. Fake Metal Knuckles is the GOAT of all time, probably. I think he looks a lot better than a lot of the ore skins. You know, like, Ruby Knuckles is actually one of the few of those skins that I think looks particularly nice. And I think that Fake Metal Knuckles kind of just looks like a better version of that. What's a Bluto? God, I think that's the first Bluto I've ever seen in my life. Classic Sonic is so cute, dude. Like, I feel like the classic Sonic design didn't really need to exist in Rumble, because he's already so chibi, but I'm glad that they found a way to, like, differentiate him. It's nice. Yummy ring opportunity. Yum, yum, yum. Boom, boom. Having a great time. Is that the one on GameCube? Because I know you got the OG copy. Yo, what's up, Works of Magic? Glad to see you again. I'm on a bit of a juicy 3-day streak here. I'm actually doing pretty well. I've got an appointment later today, so unfortunately this is going to have to be a shorter stream, but I've really been enjoying streaming. I took like a month or two off from doing videos and streams because I was overwhelming myself a bit, but I've really had the urge to come back because I don't know, I've been watching some of my other friends stream, and the cool thing about like small streams is just like it feels less about trying to try hard for numbers or whatever, and it's just like you and like 10 people are just having a silly conversation about games you enjoy, and you're doing what you would have already been doing on this afternoon, which is your video game dailies or doing a replay of a different game that you enjoy, right? So I just like the process of sharing your gaming session with other people. Phantom Dash. I have not used that skill yet. Fucking WD Sync. Oh, interesting. You get Invin. Oh, wait, that's actually a very... Hold on, I need to stop hitting things. Hitting bombs. That's a really, really good movement skill. I am very happy with that. Maybe I'll try it on a run stage. The first place clutch at the very end. You love to see it. Clutch should be in one of these games, honestly. I don't know if they'd let him race in Crossworlds after the writer's arc, though, I will say. I saw a Sally fan comic about her and Jins. I think I seen that too. One of my favorite moments in Archie is actually from the Genesis arc, where he writes "Hi Sal" on the window, and I don't know why, but that one always makes me think of Generations. There was a good Generations Archie comic that came out around the time. I think it was penciled by Ben Bates or something. Pretty cool. It wasn't a very complex tie-in comic, but I remember seeing it in the store when Generations was a new game, so I'm kind of nostalgic for it. And like the flash of white from the Super Genesis wave always reminds me of the white space in Generations. But yeah, like hanging out and vibing. Yeah, like I do watch some big streamers like Maya, but that's mainly because I think she has a very unique style of content with what she does with her conservation. I don't really watch a lot of big streamers though. I think like typically the biggest streamer that I watch only has like 500 viewers. Really? Uh, Typically I do just like watching like smaller YouTubers and smaller streamers because they're always more down to earth and passionate about the things that they're choosing to do, and it feels less like a fad, I guess, right? But yeah, just watching like my friends and stuff stream reminds me of how cool it is to just play games and share the experience with people. And that brings me into another thing I wanted to talk about. I mentioned it at the beginning, but I ordered a new capture card. Because every game that I stream is usually just on PC. Right? But I did go ahead and get a new capture card. I had an Elgato HD, but the thing about Elgato HD is that it is only 1080p 30 frames and not 60. And then there was also delay on that one, which made it difficult to play console games on PC. So yeah. So I got that because I really wanted to play the new Xenoblade Switch 2 edition on stream, because there's a whole ass kart racing mode, which is really funny. They literally did the Mario Kart world where there's this giant open world with a bunch of scenery to admire, but you also have a vehicle that you can use to ride around the whole time. It's funny because Monolith worked on Mario Kart World and also made Xenoblade, and then they ended up making it better. You thinking of playing on it first? So I was actually thinking of playing 06. I don't know how composite video... Actually, no, I think PS3 capture does work with HDMI. I don't think it's that old. I don't know. Long story short, some older consoles that use composite video need a specific type of capture card, which my old Elgato does work for. But the first game I was just planning on doing is just like Switch stuff, like Xenoblade or Mario Maker or something. You know, just kind of more relaxed, not necessarily a playthrough, just messing around a bit. But I, what's the wording here? Oh, Ray left. Whoopsie. Words. How do they work? How do I do them? What's that talking about? I don't remember. I don't remember what I was talking about. Oh, yes, Lucia, you actually reminded me. Capture card, yeah. I just wanted something that had 60 FPS, because I've had my last one since, like, 2017. So I've had a capture card this whole time, and I've used it on a few of my videos, but I don't like 30 FPS footage. Can we get some ready-ups? Yeah, I'm not a big fan of 30 FPS footage. They need some spoofing or something to be captured. There is a specific cable that you need to use. I remember that because I did a 06 PS3 playthrough through Discord for one of my friends, and I do have that cable because it came with the old Elgato. I'm pretty sure, is 06 on PS3 30 FPS or 60? Because if it's 30 FPS, then I don't even have to worry because I have that old capture card. I just don't know if the new capture card I got has, like, the PlayStation ports or, like, a composite port on it for older consoles. 60 FPS? Right, but here's the fun part, Works of Magic. When you hit an enemy or you lose your rings, it drops down to 24, so they'll never know the difference. Cutscenes run at 30, which is funny because they have the really exaggerated and expressive mo-capped animations, which would probably look really scary in 60. It's so cute with the adventure nameplate. I think a really good profile combo in this game is the 35th anniversary profile picture plus the Sonic Adventure title. Or banner, I guess? Why does Wizrobe have a wiener emote? That doesn't really seem like his kind of emote. I don't know, maybe I just don't know the lore. I always call him by his government name. I say Wizrobe instead of Wizzy because I think it's cooler that he's like a Giga Zelda fan with a pretty decent speedrun on Wind Waker, and he named himself after an actual Zelda mob. Like, that's chills. 30 FPS cutscenes is why PS3 is worse. 360 runs MS60. Yeah. You know the thing? Well, I'm pretty sure the performance in general is also just worse on PS3, which I think is funny, and is part of why I actually like playing the PS3 version. It's funny, because, like, I just unironically like 06, but I also really like that it's shitty. I don't know, it enhances the experience for me. It's weird. But yeah. Get owned, bro. Have to tone better anyway. I think it is easier to say Wizzy, but Wiz Robe is just more satisfying. Why are there 3 infinites in a row? We did not plan that. But yeah, as for an 06 playthrough, I do want to play Unleashed and 06 and Sonic X Shadow Generations. I want to do formal playthroughs of everything. Eventually. I don't know if I want to do Sonic Heroes, though, because I just don't feel like replaying that game 5 times to get the true ending. That's how I always feel about it. I really like the team dynamic gameplay. I think the levels are pretty fun. I don't mind them at all in any capacity. But, yeah. It's just like a decent commitment to, like, play through the game multiple times just to get the ending and all. Oh my god, I'm getting ganged up on. This is the end! Wait, no, get him! I just gotta outrun the other guy. I gotta outrun the other Infinite. Okay, I'm chilling. I'm chilling. Infinite's like a cockroach, dude. He survives no matter what. Another Dolphyn stream. Hey, Two-Tail, good news, good news. It's going to be a shorter stream today because I got something to do. But after the Rumble segment, I wanted to hop on Superstars and do some metal grinding for the Cyberstation fight. Not going to lie, I'm just filming stuff as just a crappy tablet camera. I've always used mobile cameras my entire life, but I want to invest in a real, like, proper handheld camera eventually, because I am very passionate about filmmaking. And I found ways to make mobile cameras work this whole time, but I want to start utilizing a lens for proper, like, artistic zoom-ins and whatnot. You guys probably wouldn't know it from watching some of my videos, because they're kind of just gameplay mod showcases, but I do really, really enjoy the process of editing and filming things. Most of it, again, is just gameplay capture, of course. But I have some more ambitious ideas down the pipeline, and when I was doing videos full-time, it removed my ability to be creative, because you had to upload very often, right? But now I'm just doing it part-time for fun, and I now have the freedom of, like, kind of picking and choosing what I want to upload, which is nice. I swear, dude, my homing attack button never works. Hey, at least I won, though. Yeah, there is, actually. We only have 3 people right now. What up? That's how I read that message. Unleashed in 06, running at a stable 60 is both cursed and blessed experience, especially as someone who played these games on original hardware. Is used to seeing them run like shit. Dude, even as a kid, I thought it was funny that when you get hit, you just explode with a million rings and the game slows down. I always thought it was funny, and I still do. I love the jank of the physics in that game. It's so fun. And on top of that, I also really like P06, obviously. Ooh, hey, I got Birthday Sonic. Might have to give him a spin. Where is he? I haven't even tried McLaren Sonic yet. Where is he? I should try Pixel Amy sometime soon as well. Of course, I got Chip on him as his buddy. Because what else would it be? I guess you could do plush tails. That wouldn't be too bad. Survival. Hunt. Where's Cross Slash? I need Cross Slash on one of these. That's literally Sonic's skill. Okay, team. I don't really care about my team skills. I don't play Sonic enough to, like, really care about these, but yeah. Here, I'll invite you to, Tail. Oops. I think you're just on my friends list. Boop. There we go. Also, for anybody that's just kind of, like, randomly tuning in, we do have Twitch drops enabled. So you can get 100 Red Star Rings for watching for an hour, or a Master System buddy for 2 hours. Just checking something. Cross Slash, like Smashy Brobe? Man, why'd you have to bring that up? Lucy, are you... I don't know, do you even like RPGs? I feel like Final Fantasy VII Remake is a pretty cool game for Switch 2, even though it's probably a bit expensive comparatively to the sales on the other platforms right now. But it's nice that it's finally on there, because cloud players can stop being posers, you know? If they just have, like, played for 1 hour or more on their profile, I respect them 50% more. 4% from the free 100. As someone with a Steam Deck, there's something satisfying about playing these games, previous home console only Sonic games. I have less and less time due to college and university. Having handheld is versatile, and this is incredible. Yeah, when the Steam Deck was first showed off, I knew that I had to get it. Not just because it was, like, new and it was shiny, it's like, oh, Valve is doing hardware again, wow. No, it was mainly because I was like, dude, we are not going to have so many, like, freely open-sourced options like this to play emulated stuff on a handheld, you know? Because, like, you can hack your 3DS, or you can hack your Switch, right? But if you're just using a handheld PC, it's so easy, and you don't have to wait for, like, emulator compatibility or whatnot on your device. I don't know. It just seemed like a really nice and simple way to get handheld ports for certain games, especially with emulation getting better around the board for, like, every system. So I knew that it would just be, like, the ultimate Sonic machine, right? Because instead of waiting for, like, a modern day PC port of, like, Heroes or Shadow the Hedgehog, if that's a thing you're into, or, you know, PO6 or something, right? Like, you can just play it immediately. And the Proton support was always really good with it, too. Xenogears was fun to play on it. I played some Persona 3 FES on it before Reload came out. You know, it was a good time. And I still use it a lot, actually. But I got it when it was brand new, because it was actually a very fair price. But unfortunately, of course, the price hikes make it a little bit iffy as to whether or not people should get it. Emulation devs have made some incredible efforts to optimize emulation based on hardware limitations. Yeah, like, it's nice too, because if you're using EmuDeck as a software, there's, like, pre-configured settings for it too, and, you know, like, people are going out of their way to specifically make the Steam Deck a sick thing to use. Like, the community takes care of it, and Valve takes care of it, which is very nice. There are, of course, alternatives like the AYN Thor, and I heard that emulation has had some pretty big breakthroughs on Android as a platform, and it's getting to the point now where, like, some people, well, actually a lot of people prefer the performance of emulators on Android, like even with Switch emulation, which is interesting. But I mean, I think I'll stick with my Linux machine just because it's cool. I don't really have a need to change to an Android OS for that kind of thing, to be honest. I'm fine with what already exists, but if the Thor is, like, more your form factor, that's pretty sweet. Because it is probably the best way to, like, emulate DS games. Oh. Well, that was not fun. Or fair. I got spawned, and then I got body blocked, and then I immediately got comboed into dying. I didn't have any option to get out of there, because I didn't have enough movement speed. That's pretty lame. Yeah, people were saying that for, like, playing Steam games on mobile. Kinda surprised Valve never tried, like, doing mobile games for Steam or something. Because I think it'd just be really cool to have, like, all your games on one platform. MJ, I tell this to everybody that ever says it, but I don't know what your username is going to be, because everybody's YouTube username tends to be different from their Rumble username. Yeah, Dark Shadow, I got comboed. I got frame trapped. I wasn't even allowed to exist that time. I was in the explosion radius, and I tried running away, but I didn't have, like, a speed skill or anything, so I couldn't actually get by. And then when I respawned, it put me in another blast radius, because he did the same attack twice, and I couldn't escape. Why doesn't Sonic have an aerial trick animation? What the hell? I feel like that happened... I feel like that's a bug or something recently. I've had 2 characters now that have had the incorrect air trick animation. You know what's really sad? The fact that Angry Birds is such an impactful, iconic franchise with some really creative classic games, but there is very few ways to play it properly anymore. Like, yes, you can emulate, but if you aren't aware of Android emulation, you get nothing. Maybe, hopefully, you have a copy of the Angry Birds trilogy on consoles, but maybe you don't. I also would imagine the Angry Birds trilogy copies are probably getting a little expensive now, too. Because, again, it's a bit of a lost game. I remember I had a DVD-ROM of the original in Angry Birds Space. And then now they're just, like, delisted from every platform. Very smart, Rovio. The 3 of us. It's good, just that gamer. Well, I want to do my dailies, Two-Tailed. I gotta get out of here for an appointment in like an hour. The Valve VR headset technically has an ARM processor with a sort of compatibility layer to run 86 PC games on ARM, and that could open the floodgates to better compatibility on Android. For VR, or just like Windows in general. I haven't kept up with that too much, but it is neat. It is neat how we trick systems into thinking they're other systems, you know, like I'm pretty sure PS2 games, you can actually run disc games through the emulator by putting an actual PS2 disc in your disc reader. I heard something about that before. I just think it's cool how we can recreate entire systems on any device we want at this point, basically. The ring absorb skill is in the ring shop. I don't actually. One thing about it that's a little weird is... I love that. That goes through the wall. One thing I do love about it... One weird thing about skills in this game is that a lot of the good skills are season rewards rather than things you can get in the skill shop. So, there's some kind of, like, dash skill that they just added this season that I'm trying to get. And it is only available if you get all of the skins required on your stamp card. And I don't remember if that's what ring absorption was. I feel like ring absorption should just be a skill that everybody can get, though. Good stuff, Two-Tailed. GG. Is that your first match of the day, too? I can't get over the obviously mobile-friendly UI in this game's PC version. I don't really mind it. I mean, like, they obviously remove the jump button prompt and, like, the left stick and everything. All they really keep is, like, the homing attack button, which I don't mind because it does light up when you have an attack star active. So it has purpose. It tells you when you have the ability to do that. I guess there's the jump button, too. Like, the skill is fine, the homing attack is fine, the attack star is fine. The jump one is a bit weird, though. That one is a bit unnecessary, I will say. Okay, I lost because I got unlucky with my pattern. I do actually think that more mobile games should come to PC on average, though, I will say. Because games like this are very fun, but my ass does absolutely not want to play on my phone. Or even an iPad, for that matter. Cough, Sonic Dream Team Cough. Which does have a PC port. But, of course, it is a Mac port. How did you even get me all the way down there, bro? I'm lucky if I can even get homing attack to go through a goddamn platform. Whoop. Please? Thank you. Yay, I won with the birthday boy! I wonder if they're ever going to add Supersonic as a skin. Because they already have Darkspine and Excalibur. I think the one I would want the most, though, would probably have to be Starfall. Look at this, dude. We got... I don't know. I actually don't know if the birthday skin is from something originally, but for all intents and purposes, I guess we could say Frontiers. And then we got, you know, Gawain from the Wii era and Neo Metal from the GameCube era. Pretty sweet. The Lost World representation is insane in this game, and not even in a bad way. Yeah, I mean, they should probably add some new Zeddy soon. Low key. I know that nobody's really asking for it, but I wouldn't mind it. If they added Zeke. Zeke is low key my favorite one, aside from Zavok. Zavok and Zaz. Zavok is cool, Zaz is funny. I played with Tails? That guy's a celebrity. But I always thought Zeke was really funny, because he's, you know, the wise old man archetype. But he is actually just really salty, and he is not a good loser. It's quite funny. Where's Football Nux? And of course, like many people have said, the art style of Lost World really fits this game. And I'm making, again, I've mentioned it, but I'm still making my Tangle and Whisper video for Crossworlds. Just, again, talking about how much I adore that they finally made it into mainline games and what it means to me. And one of the points I made in there was essentially along the lines of, like, it was essentially along the lines of, freaking heckin', let me think, trying to rack my brain. Oh yeah, if Tangle existed back when Lost World was new, she probably would have been a great fit for that game, not just because her moveset has parkour in mind, but also because the tone of her character is very colorful and lighthearted. And I like that Sonic as a franchise sometimes has dark games and sometimes has really wholesome, lighthearted games, you know? I got 2 legendary skins because of that giveaway. Oh wow. Which ones were they? And no, you only won 1 code. You can't win 2 codes. How'd you get 2 legendaries because of 1 giveaway? That's crazy. I'm glad that people that regularly support Rumble streams are getting Rumble codes, though. Because it is very, very brutal to try and unlock legendaries. I won't even sugarcoat it. Likely in the match you just played, yeah, true. Nothing personal, Two-Tailed, I didn't even see you there, I won't lie. That is actually true, Works of Magic. Bro Mario is stanced up the same way Knuckles is. God damn, I love me some red tough guy platforming characters. You know, I was talking about it just the other day in stream. I actually prefer Mario over Luigi. I'm one of those guys. I just think Mario has more aura. I think he's cool. In the RPGs, he's literally a tough guy that throws hands all the time, bro. He doesn't back down from fights in those games. It's really cool. Meanwhile, he's just this short little, round little man. And he's taking down everybody. It's so sick. But yeah, wow. That is a funny as hell thing to say. At this point, Knuckles just needs the same emote as Mario. His taunts and Smash, huh? King Shadow and Silver. Which Silver? There's not a King Silver, is there? But yeah, no, King Shadow is the one Shadow skin that I really, really like. Co-op battle for 40 minutes. Think you'll be in time for one of those? Probably not. I did want to do some metal grinding and Superstars. We could sacrifice the Superstar segment if you wanted to do battles. Boss battles, but... I did kind of want to play Superstars today. Legendary Silver, I don't know. My man, you're the one that unlocked it! How do you not know? Can't put my mind to it. Bro, walk in. Use your silver psychokinesis powers. Figure it out. For me. Server. I think that's an Omni Fragment skin, isn't it? Would make the stream legendary. Yeah, I haven't done a rumble in the crossword or a rumble into Superstars combo in a hot sec here. They have the Dampa? Yeah. Yeah, they even have a weight buddy. That's actually for one of the like Sega crossovers, but I use it with the Dampa because of the weights and crossworlds. I think it's a fun combo. I did send you an invite there, Alex, but I don't think you got it. I really like Mario. My favorite is Yoshi. I mean, my real favorite character is Wario. But if we're going just based on the brothers, I do prefer player one. Boom-pa-doom, deem-pa-doom. Alright, give me a magnet. Come on. Thank you. Finale mode. I'm going finale mode. Have you guys heard the song Green Goblin mode? I might have to play it after this. I'm going Green Goblin mode. Fuck these hoes. That's how I'm feeling right now. I wonder how many rings second has. I have 8,500 at ATM the moment. Sorry, I had to ruin your life real quick at the very end there, buddy. Who wouldn't love the Red Plumber played by Captain Lou and Bob Hoskins? There was another movie Bob Hoskins was in that I really liked. I can't remember, but I remember I was like, Bob Hoskins was in this. Look, you got to look at his IMDb. Oh, that's why you left the lobby. I see. Oh, okay, so I got 8,800 and second place got 5,800. So yeah, it was kind of a huge gap there. Okay, I did plan to do Superstars because we are at the 1 hour and 10 minute mark and I only really had 2 hours, but if there's a good Rumble party or Party Rumble reward, I will do that real quick. Who Framed Roger? Yes! Yes, that's the one. That's the one. I'm acting like Who Framed Roger Rabbit is some niche movie that only I like. But I couldn't remember. I've only watched that movie twice in my life. And it is a very, very fascinating piece of animation history. Because how did they even... how are they allowed to make something with mature themes like that? And then also crossover between two major animation companies and mascots. Like, how are they allowed to do that? You know? And again, also, just the mix of multimedia in general is very impressive in that. Have a good one, Jelly. I hope you get all your drops. I missed Fall and Spring Cream and Neo Sonic. They'll be back. Yeah, you just gotta wait a year, unfortunately. It was 10,000 rings? I don't think that's worth, but we'll do at least one Party Rumble. It's my favorite movie? I don't really have a favorite movie. That's a bit of a hard one. What's up, Shadow Guy? This is going to probably be one of my last matches here before we switch off to Superstars. I don't really know if I have a favorite movie. That one's difficult. I have favorite TV shows. I'm much more of a TV guy than a movie guy. I've watched many good movies, and I like movies, but I like the slow burn and character exploration of TV shows a lot more. You know, like I really like Dexter and The Sopranos and Daredevil. Those are probably my top three, like, live action shows. Probably nothing too shocking for a white boy. But yeah, I want to get into more. I want to watch more. I want to broaden my taste. But movie is always a difficult one for me. I guess when I was younger, I really liked I Am Legend a lot. I thought it was such a fun concept to essentially have a zombie apocalypse where there's only one person left in New York City, you know? Like, that was really cool. I really especially loved, like, his daily routine at the beginning of the film. And I just thought it was a very interesting movie conceptually. I don't know. Spider-Man 2 is another one, and it's not just because it's a superhero movie, it's low-key because of the relatability of it, and the fact that Peter Parker is such a good role model, while not being a particularly, like, you know, handsome or rich guy or anything. You know, he's not very fortunate. He just has, like, physical power, rather than, like, I guess, like, social power. Out of 100 players in Chaos Emerald rank, I got 80 no-life sweats. Granted, this is my second game. I'm only 96. I'm used to jumping 50 players after one match. Yeah, you need a big score multiplier. The best way to actually grind for that is to do co-op battle. But you need skill stars to get, like, a big chain going on that. Because skill stars will give you a bigger score at the end, and then you get more XP for the Rumble rankings, I believe. I guess I can try sending you an invite after this one, but last match will probably be our last one, and then I'm doing Superstars for a bit. Guy who dances in the streets is relatable. I mean, I've unironically done that, though. Fear is the robber of happiness. Fear of being perceived. I don't think I've ever got this one in a Party Rumble before. Wow. I actually really like this minigame, too. But it's more fun with movement skills. I think that's one part that I don't like about Party Rumble. It's nice that you don't have to, like, use movement skills, because not a lot of people have movement skills for certain games. Like they don't have the same movement skills as, like, a lot of the top tier players. But, oh no. But, like, stuff like this is less interesting without movement skills, I find. I like Superstars. What do people hate it? I mean, most people nowadays, they just get one whiff of just, like, one thing they don't like in a game. And, then they call the whole game bad. Because they have no sense of patience or compromise in their brain. I mean, like, the Superstars boss fights, I mean, some of them are boring. Like, the dragon at the very end of the final story. The final Fang fight can be a bit boring with, like, waiting on some of its attacks. But, I mean, I like the challenge of it, at least. I don't know, like... Like, the main answer is because people don't like the boss fights, so they treat the whole game like it's bad. Can we get a ready up? Yeah, two-tailed. Those do help. It boosts your score significantly at the end. But I think in some cases the level design in Superstars is more fun than it is in Mania. And I actually quite enjoy the CG visual look. I was actually very surprised when I saw the first trailer for Superstars, and it transitioned from an animation to gameplay. Because, I don't know, it just looked really gorgeous to me. I don't think every game has to be pixel art or a 2D animated style. I think CG 3D models work really well. I think that North Star looks beautiful in Cross Worlds, and I think that the models in Superstars look way better than, like, Generations sometimes, you know? It's a very appealing visual style to me. And again, I like that there's good character variety with their own movesets and gimmicks and whatnot. I don't really care for the Emerald powers too much. I think the red one is the only, like, particularly cool one, and it breaks a lot of the game. So, I don't know. I mean, like, I have, like, 200 hours on Mania and then, like, 42 hours on Superstars, but went out of my way to 100% both of them, and I like them a lot. I think Superstars is a very good game. I think it's a really worthy addition to the franchise. And I think that I find in general, a lot of issues that people tend to have with video games are exaggerated and overblown. And it just seems like people don't have patience for certain things. Like, I played through Xenogears recently. That is a pretty old JRPG. That's like 100 hours long. And there were parts where it's like, oh, this part was really interesting and creatively designed. And then I had a lot of people be like, that sucked, and I hate the gameplay. And I'm like, okay. I didn't think anything of it. I just kind of pushed through it, and that was that. Yeah, I'm not going to have a lot of time to do Superstars, but let's see what we can do. GG's every pony. I'm a little bit disappointed that I dodged masterfully in that lava segment, and I still got hit anyway. Felt very unfair to me. I think I need a refund. I'm suing. I want my life back, Sega. I never beat Tripp's Fang boss at the end. It's insanely hard to me. Yeah, I mean, I think it was hard. And the thing is, I like hard platformers. I really like hard platformers. When I was younger, I used to just almost exclusively play hard platformers. Like, I wanted to be the guy, Super Meat Boy, Geometry Dash, lots of stuff like that. I played a lot of Super Mario Maker Kaizo and Super Mario World Kaizo. Absolutely adore that genre. I think it's very rewarding when you get past it all. So I found that a Sonic game in modern day that actually has respectable difficulty was pretty cool. The one thing I did not like about the Fang fight is that I played it on the Switch version, and it lags on the Switch version in very unfortunate spots. Very unfortunate spots. Oh my god, can you work OBS? I'm trying to fix something. Hello, can you work? Just can you work even one time? I love how I can't lock the folder for this asset. Wow, that's really fun. Thank you, OBS. OBS, don't be miserable to edit one element on screen challenge? Whatever, who cares? I don't care anymore. I gave up. Too much work to care about that. Let's get some soup going, huh? Alright, let's do some metal grinding, why don't we? Man, Trip should be in Rumble. She needs to be announced. There needs to be a Sonic Central. Don't you dox me. There needs to be a Sonic Central in June. That's a really... Is it playing the store page? Why? Stop. It's playing the store page because I accidentally selected the menu. Why? What was I talking about? Damn, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, Trip needs to be in Rumble. They need to have a Sonic Central. Where's my save file? I think I was on this one? We were doing our Tails playthrough. Yeah, they need to have a Sonic Central this month. Because Sonic's birthday. They're obviously teasing something with the Sonic 35th marketing. And I think it would be very fitting to reflect on, you know, Sonic history by doing, like, you know, a new classic character in addition to classic Sonic and Rumble, and it also happens to be like a newer design as well, right? Ciao! What's good? Doing some Superstars metal grinding here so I can get a canonically accurate Metal Tails fight in Cyberstation, because we're doing a Tails playthrough of Superstars, because I did not... How do you access the robot maker? How? I don't even know. This? Oh, this is a good song. That's an underrated song. Sonic Central last year? I don't remember. I don't think they did. Maybe they did. I don't remember. I mean, I only got 30 of these? Yeesh. It's gonna be a big grind. Blah, 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 blah. Wait, I don't even have Metal Tails. Why don't I have Metal Tails? Really? How do you get the Metal Tails? Tokens are just dropped in levels. This is actually a very unintuitive system. I am not gonna lie. I literally only have like 2 zones left, but I can't build the Metal Sonic boss fight that I want for the end of this. What's up, Mega Mario? I guess I have to look up how you get Metal Tails? Because I obviously have it on my main file, I just don't have it on this file. You lose. Good day, sir. What? Is that from Willy and the Wonka Factory? William the Wonka Factory. Willy Wonka Chocolate Factory movie. Go now, cinema now. Complete Frozen base act while playing as Tails. That's after Cyber Station, bro. That sucks. I was literally already in there to Tail. That's not what I'm asking. Yeah, you have to complete Frozen base. I can't even get the Tails boss fight without beating the boss. That sucks. I can't even... Whatever, man. That sucks. Man, the robot builder could have been such a cool feature, but it just sucks. It's just way too tedious. I mean, I guess I could still grind, right? Because I already, yeah, Two-Tailed, I already looked through the list, and it wasn't there. I wanted the chills of doing it. I wanted the chills of doing the boss for the first time with a custom Metal Sonic. Man, that is not fun. Do I even care anymore? Do I even care anymore? Check this out. This is what we'll do. It'd probably be this file. I think I have more medals on my Switch file than my PC file. Let's run Lego Tails. God, he is so stiff and dorky. Battle mode though. I think I might have enough for this. Maybe. Shop? Well, let's see. Do I have a customizable one? Okay, there's my Metal Knuckles. I do have a Metal Tails in this file. Okay, we're good. I can't remember which one it picks. Maybe the one in slot 1 is the one it picks for the boss fight? Okay, this is what we'll do. I will play the Metal Tails boss fight on this file, and then we'll progress on the other file and act like that never happened. Because I don't want to fight the Cyber Station boss as just like the default dinky boss that's just gray and nothing, because I think that it's lame. And the Cyber Station boss is the coolest one in the whole entire game when you're able to customize it to be what you want, right? Because like you don't get to fight Metal Knuckles from Sonic R in a mainline game, and here they give you that opportunity, which is why I think it's so neat. Also, Voxel Tails. He made his way into Rumble lately. Low-key, gotta make this louder. Okay. Where am I? I'm lost. I'm clipped through the wall, man! Okay, I'm gonna restart. This is a bad start. I actually really like this level. This is my favorite level in the game, and my favorite boss in the game. It's funny that that combo is even a thing, because in Mania, my favorite zone is also the origin of my favorite boss in that game too. Mirage Saloon Act 2 is my favorite level in the game, and of course Heavy Magician with Team Hooligan is my favorite boss. So, kind of fitting that in the sequel to Mania, I would once again get my favorite in kind of like a combo pack. How am I doing today? I'm decent energy. I was watching somebody stream Xenoblade earlier, and I'm like, hey, I want to stream too. I want to talk to my friends and do the same gaming sessions I was already going to do. I like that they have this, like, glitchy orb effect here to conceal that, that reward. Dude, I love the voxel skins, dude. When this game was new, you know, I was making the joke, like, oh, so retro, haha. This is what game developers of nowadays think that retro games look like, haha. Nostalgia, XD. But I just really like how the voxels look, dude. They're cute. They're good designs, and I have the Superstars Cyberstation figures. And I love that they're skins in Rumble. I'm actually such a big fan of these designs. Like, dude, look at all the little blocks. Look how fast it's spinning on his spin ball. It's adorable. I wish you could use these skins overall in the main game. But also, yeah, big news here, Mega Mario. I am waiting on my new capture card to come in that has 60 FPS support. Why are we using Sprout here? Good Sprout. Good Sproutage. And, that's exciting because I was always able to stream console games, but now I can stream them without delay and in a nice crispy 60F. For $7, worth it? Eh. The one I got was in a 3-pack with Tails, Knuckles, Sonic. Right here, those are the medals. Those are the tokens that you need to get. You need to find them randomly in the stages or get 100 rings to unlock them. Because instead of 1-ups, you get tokens. And then you use them for the robo parts. And I would be down to grind the robot parts for this playthrough if I actually was even allowed to have these unlocked. 3-pack for $7? Man, people hate Superstars so much that went down to $7 for some of the best designs in the franchise. Are we for real? Chaos Control! So funny. So funny that Sonic went through what happened on North Star, and then when he saw Shadow, he's like, what's a Chaos Control? I've never seen something like that before. But yeah, I always had a capture card. I'm just getting one that's, like, good, hopefully. I don't know. It's a cheap one. I remember capture cards being, like, $100. $70 to $100. Now they're like $200 to $300? Hey, is this a safe place for hedgehogs to hang out, chill out, and chili dog out, XP? Sorry. Just not used to being allowed in, social spaces. Sorry. Sorry, don't mind. Sorry, just asking a question. Sorry. No, I can leave. I can leave if it's not. So I'm sorry. Sorry, I'm just not allowed. I'm just not... I'm just not used to being allowed in social spaces. I just love the wording. I'm not allowed. Bro isn't allowed. Sorry. I never noticed that his ears flapple flying in pixel mode. Yeah, like, we should be able to have these in the main game. I also wish that this had online multiplayer. Like, you can use Steam Remote Play to play with people online. And Steam Remote Play is really cool because they also don't need a good computer. They just need a computer because it's, you know, you stream your game on your PC to them and it gives them like remote access to the local ports. And it's basically Parsec but built into Steam, and it's really user-friendly, and you can use a Steam invite. I feel like every platformer game or like single-player game like this that has any form of multiplayer should have online play. Similar to like Mario Wonder and Mario 3D World, Bowser's Fury. They're making the Amy figure as a single. Kind of sad that she's not a part of the pack, but I mean, glad that they're making her at all, I guess. Also, I can't remember, is the Amy voxel design in this game modern or her classic? Because I remember it being her classic, since classic is her design in this game, but in Rumble it's her modern design. which would make sense because they don't already have Classic Amy and Rumble, but I don't remember. Another thing Steam has over Nintendo, actually good online and free online? Yeah. Yeah, it sucks that when I want to play games with people on Nintendo, I get it held over me, I get it held hostage. That I have to pay a fee just to play with my friends. Metal Tails! Fuck. But yeah, no. It meant so much to me that with the Cyber Station boss fight, I could finally fight Metal Knuckles in a mainline game. It's so weird to me that Metal Knuckles only ever existed in a racing game. Isn't there literally a line in Cross Worlds or something where Tails is like, why don't I have a metal tail? No, I think maybe I'm thinking of that one IDW issue. That's not what I wanted. I wanted to use the Avatar one, the Avatar skill. Think it's classic for the voxel design? Yeah, that is interesting. Oh my god, it's interesting that they would design a new voxel skin for it. This boss isn't very hard, honestly. I just haven't played it in like a year or two. Online co-op would have been so much better. I play it so much more often. If it did, I mean, online co-op battle was cool for like a day. I only played one match of it, of the online battle, and then I got sick of it. But like, with how often people get into Sonic for the first time, and the co-op focus of this game, it would have been an absolute treat to, you know, regularly return to this game just with the excuse of, oh, I want to play the multiplayer with you, like people do with like Rayman Legends. You know, Sonic 4 Episode 2 had online, by the way. So you can do that exact thing, but specifically with Sonic 4 Episode 2. The exact thing I want exists in that game, but not this one. Yeah, well, social situation ruined again. Life's tough for a Hedgie out here. Deuces. Go. Yeep. This is a bit awkward. Yeah, I'm not allowed out. Don't talk to me. I just wanted to see the boss a little bit longer. Yeah, there's also a speedrun category for multiplayer in New Super Mario Bros., which is what Sonic 4 multiplayer reminds me of a lot. I really wish, though... Thought I almost died there again. I really wish that with Sonic 4 Online... I think you can hit him. No? Really wish that with Sonic 4's Online... you didn't have to share a screen? I really wish that was a thing. Because, like, what's the point of online if you have to share a screen? And you have to fight for control with everybody. I know for a fact you can hit him in this form. I think you have to hit his back, though. I'm not good at it anymore. Why does he keep flying? I'm not even, like, double tapping. Eggman's like, why don't I get a cool Metal Tails version? Yeah, and then he made one in Superstars. Yeah, he says it in IDW. So it's kind of cool that that was followed up on, even though the people that, or like Ian writing the comment, definitely didn't know about it in this game. But I just hope there isn't any weird, like, dialogue from the modern era where Amy or Tails say something along the lines of, why don't I have a metal version? Because you literally do, bro. It's in Superstars. Right there, you gotta hit him on the top of the head. No, this is absolutely Mania 2. I don't even know why you would categorize this as not Mania 2. This is a modern classic game with multiple playable characters. I don't know how this isn't Mania 2. It's Sonic Soup! Yeah, I'm doing a Tails playthrough. Because Tails is the one character that I didn't actually finish the game with. And it's been a while since I played, so I'm not too fresh on the bosses anymore. But thankfully, this is my favorite zone in the game. For all intents and purposes, this is Mania 2. You're getting everything that you would have wanted out of a Mania 2, besides, like, pixel art, I guess, but that's a little arbitrary. That's just an art style, you know? Yeah, like, it's a non-important issue, I think. I don't think art style is enough to not call it that. I don't know. I just don't think this game gets the respect it deserves, dude. We're fighting Metal Tails in a mainline game. Like, come on. I really want to get the Trip Superform figure. I think that one's cool. I'm glad that they released a figure for Fang's Marvelous Queen. That's like one of his like defining, interesting traits, is that he loves caring for his vehicle. And the model looked really, really cool in this game, so I'm glad it has a figure. My only hang-up with it is that I already bought 2 Fang figures, so awkward. I love how, like, literally the next stage is the one that you need to unlock the Metal Tails parts, by the way. Kind of silly, don't you think? But yeah. Gotten to play the game yet, though I really want to since watching more of it. Yeah, it's a fun time. The bosses aren't hard in the slightest. I think that people really make a big deal out of nothing with it. So I could definitely finish the game, but we're in a weird spot now. Because I wanted to grind metals to buy the Metal Tails parts. Then I realized you couldn't even buy the Metal Tails parts without progressing. And then the only point of progression on my other file is literally the same stage we just played. So I guess I could replay this stage if you guys want. I guess I'll do it as Knuckles. Do it as a Lego Knuckles. And then I'll switch back to Tails for the Frozen Base Zone. But there we go. We got our Metal Tails fight like I wanted. Yeah. It's weird. I think between Frontier's Expert Mode and... Or is it... No, it's called Extreme Mode. Between Frontier's Extreme Mode and this game's endgame bosses, we actually have 2 Sonic games with bosses that I would consider difficult. Which is fascinating. Also, I like how different the jump balls are between Knuckles and Tails designs. Man, those dreads look so good as those Minecraft blocks. Dangling in the air as he's running around. This game looks like it would taste good to eat. I know what you're saying. That's also exactly why I want Fang's Marvelous Queen figure. Something about like the circular, soft shapes reminds me of like a cake or something. Oh, I don't need this. That's also just why I like the CG style. Oh, I guess you can also do this to grind metals, but it's kind of pointless. I don't really need Metal Tails anymore. I'm gonna die. Get me out of here. I don't want to do this. Front-facing Lego Knuckles death sprite. I have the Trip with the Mask 2.5, Werehog 2.5. I actually didn't know there was a Werehog 2.5. I've seen a Vector 2.5 at one point, and I think it's interesting that they make such giant characters into the 2.5 figures. I feel like it'd be really hard to compact all that detail. Now, unfortunately, I have bad news for non-Cyberstation enjoyers. First of all, you're going to have to leave because this is a Cyberstation household. Second of all, I think I'll only have time to play Cyberstation twice today. I did it first for the cinema of Metal Tails, and now I gotta do it the second time to just actually beat it for the file. But this is all the time we have for today, I think. Lego Knuckles emotes, very easily doable, but unfortunately I would look like I'm copying Callie, because she has a Lego Amy. Somebody posted. I know somebody in this chat has Lego. There you go, Golden. There you go. Beautiful. Beautiful. I also kind of wanted to play Crossworlds, but I knew I wouldn't have the time. I'm glad I hit Legend 1. Again, it's not hard to hit Legend 1. Just need a lot of time to do it. There was definitely like a month or so or two where I just didn't even want to play the game. I didn't really have too much against the game. I don't really love ring engine meta sometimes because of the leads that people can get if you don't play absolutely perfectly and have the perfect counterplay to the items that they're holding. You're an asshole. And you know, it's just like you gotta play so perfect sometimes. It's really irritating. But, what was I on about? Yeah, but, like, it just kind of burnt me out, so I took a break from it for a bit, and then I came back, and it took me, like, literally 2 or 3 sessions of playing to get back into, Legend, as you can see in my VOD. Uncle forgot that he can progress in the game. Oh, hell no. Uncle on about he forgot that he played this one already. Oh, shit, he lost. Oh, shit, he never beaten this game. Stream on Tuesday? What, the direct one? Yeah, I think that was the Crossroads stream. Yeah. It's a pretty good one. I think it was mainly good because of Xenoblade, and then Legend 1 after was just kind of the cherry on top. That was exhausting, though, because I wanted to take a break, but I was like, man, I'm right here. That game is just so exhausting sometimes, man. It's fun. Don't get me wrong. Long sessions can be brutal, though. I like how you both posted that emote as well. Very nice. I think my least favorite section in this level is the rocket ship, because it's just boring. I think the squids are a bit boring too, but they could be fun if their movement was faster and a bit snappier. Because I do like moving and you know, weaving through the obstacles, but I don't think it's fast enough. Yay! Now we get to fight Default Man, Daniel. Scary. Type scared. I'd play more Crossworlds if you stream them more. I played Time Trial earlier. It was fun. I have to relearn how to drift. I really, really adore drifting. Like, look, this is what happens, Lucy. This is what happens in a regular playthrough. You have to fight literal fucking Default Man Daniels instead of a cool-ass robot that you built yourself. Chances are most people don't even know that you can fight the custom robot as Metal Knuckles or Metal Tails because they never even tried the robot customization mode. This is what most people see versus the last time we did the boss fight, where it was Metal Tails. It's so stupid. Bruh. I probably could have saved myself if I switched to the red emerald. Find it interesting, Knuckles in this game has a bigger pixel hitbox than Sonic. Literally the only character that can go under a big ring in Sky Temple. I don't even know what to make of that. That seems like extremely niche information that happens to only matter in that one very specific instance. I don't really know what to make of that. Nephews as well. Yeah, I'm glad that time trials are a big part of racing games. The speedrunning aspect is the most... Oh my god, this is just fucking annoying. The speedrunning aspect is the most, rewarding part of racing games, I find. Sonic games as a whole, time trials are a very fun aspect of it. I mean, wouldn't it make sense that he has a bigger hitbox? He's a big, bulky, hunkin' beast compared to the rest of them. He's honestly not that big. He's just the fighter of the group, so we gotta... Okay. Okay. No more rings. Okay, no hit. Okay. See, this is why people don't like it. It's just boring to wait in between attack phases sometimes. But it is still a fun boss, if you're allowed to lock in and not get distracted. Okay. I don't even think I was near it, but okay. I would play online, but I'm not trying to be the one in the lobby playing on hotspot and teleporting. Now, it's okay, you wouldn't teleport. You would simply just crash the entire lobby for everybody who's trying to play, and after 60 seconds of matchmaking, we would all disconnect and have to wait again. That's what would likely happen. Really? I can't hit him from the side by gliding? Yeah, I'll probably stream more Crossworlds again, though. It always just depends on my mood, because some days I have enough energy to deal with bullshit, some days I don't. W wasting my fucking time. See, that's why people think this entire game is bad, is because one part they don't like. And it hurts your feelings. What's up, Marios? Have you seen the Unleashed Crossworlds track pack that's been in development? Sounds like most people, MJ. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, Alex. Completely forgot that making Metal Sonic, base Metal Sonic, or regular Metal Sonic was even a thing you were allowed to do in the first place, because I always go for a different metal variant. Oh my god, stop being annoying. I think this fight is very fun when you want to attempt it, with fresh knowledge of how it works. But if you have to redo it a bunch of times, it's a little sluggish. I like how none of them did anything there. Oh yeah, let me use red. Never mind, he's dead. No more Angry Birds. Yay! Okay. Yeah, perfectly on time. 2 cyber stations. And now we wait 3 months for the finale of Tales Superstars. Thanks for hanging out today, guys. I'm glad the big flickies are getting figures. They're very cute. Yeah. Okay. Let's see the intro of the next stage. Bro, Knuckles is the alpha and the omega. He's the beginning and the end of the stream. Look at the boy. That's enough of the boy. I'm taking the boy away. Nice MBL posting. Alrighty, gang. I gotta go. Have a good one. Thanks for hanging out. Today was just a quick little chiller. I think my capture card's supposed to come in like a day or two. And then I'll probably do like a Switch test stream at some point. But yeah. Thanks for hanging. I appreciate all the lurkers. Appreciate everybody here today. Porting Skyscraper Scamper. Didn't know it was a bigger pack for Unleashed Ports. Yeah, June 23rd. He's going to bomb Game Banana with probably like 20 different custom tracks. It's going to be cool. I believe he just released a Lost World track over Hidden World to be Windy Hill, I think it's called. I just got a gift sub to a different channel. Cool. But yeah, I showcased that a few days ago on stream. But yeah, when I come back, expect more Superstars, Rumble, Cross Worlds, and sometime soon, I think it'd be fun to start an Unleashed playthrough. But I gotta finish Superstars first. Yeah, I agree, Aroni. Thank y'all. Appreciate y'all. Wait, let me see real quick. Do I have anybody to raid? Pass it on this fine afternoon. Honestly, low-key, not really. Okay, goodbye.